Hello and welcome to the Atheist Community of Austin. This is our first introductory show. My name is Joe Zemecki. I'm a member of the Atheist Community of Austin. And with me today I have...
I'm Mary Sue Osborne, and I'm a member of the Board of Directors of ACA and the Social Director.
Hi, I'm Don Rhodes. I'm co-coordinator of the Atheist Community of Austin, and we're delighted to be here with you today.
Alrighty then. I'm going to be starting off with this in an interview fashion. First question we have is, what exactly is an atheist?
Well, I think an atheist is somebody that doesn't have a belief in the supernatural. We don't believe in magic, or we don't accept the truth of things like gods or spirits or souls or afterlife or anything like that.
And also, I would add that an atheist not only doesn't believe in God and a supreme being, but tends to be a person who is a skeptic, who examines with reason any statement that's put out by anyone. And does that tell you enough, Joe?
Sure.
One other point I'd just like to make is that because someone says they're an atheist, that is very different than saying they're a Satanist. I don't know how some people can make that connection, but Satanism is a religion or a religious position, and Satanists believe in God, believe in the devil, demons, whatever it is they believe in, and we accept none of that. We do not accept the truth of any of that.
That's a good point.
All right. What exactly is the Atheist Community of Austin?
The Atheist Community of Austin is started about a year ago as a social group. There was one woman who had come to her belief in atheism independently and felt she was isolated and wanted to get together with other atheists. And this woman is Kellen Van Hauser. And she looked in the phone book, found the name of an atheist group, met with the person, and started meeting weekly for a discussion group, just to have the social interaction. And that's how ACA began.
All right.
There's some more, you know.
Well, I remember many months ago, almost a year ago, I saw a tiny little ad on the back of the Chronicle for an atheist discussion group, and I can't tell you how the chills went up my spine, because when you are an atheist, typically you're out there by yourself. Usually you come to that decision by yourself. Frequently it's a tough choice, and we often do not have people like us to talk to. Suddenly, here's some people that are atheists that want to sit down and talk. I was delighted. So we met at a downtown bagel shop and had some wonderful discussions. And gradually, the group evolved, and now we have a constitution and a charter. We have applied with the IRS for status as a nonprofit educational corporation. And that is really why we're here today. This is to educate those who might be interested in our opinions, whether they're atheists or not, whether they agree or not. We would like to honestly inform.
Why have an atheist group? Why do you feel it's necessary? What do people look for in that, and what's the purpose of it overall?
Our group is important to each of us in different ways, but one of the things it does is to help to educate us. There are so many books, articles by great writers who are atheists in the past and the present that we all can tell each other about. We socialize. We support each other.
That's very true, at least in my life. The fact that I can go someplace and talk freely about philosophies or belief systems, or just things that have nothing to do with atheism, but to be able to discuss them with atheists is very special. and it's meant a lot in my life. I feel it's very supportive of me as a person, just exactly as I am. And I've enjoyed it tremendously. And it's a very interesting group of people, too, very diverse, a wonderful group.
All right. What kind of people belong to the atheist community of Austin? I guess you've answered some of that question already, but let's get a little more in depth about what kind of members, what kind of atheists, and what kind of people are atheists who are willing to join a group of atheists like this.
Professionally, there's a huge diversity in the group. Age-wise, there's a huge diversity in the group. Really, it's the only common connection is that we're all atheists and upfront about being atheists. There are lots of there's a lot of good experiences to hear about in the group. We hear lots of insights into politics, into science. There's lots of people that have a good background in science, and we get a lot of laughs. There's some good joke tellers in the group too.
Lots of humor.
All right. What kind of activities does the atheist community of Austin participate in?
Well, we have some things that are purely social, and we really enjoy it. We've picnicked, we've had themed dinners, we've happy houred, we've had a solstice party that was grand. That was a special event. We also had an anniversary party because, as we've told you, this group started a little over a year ago, and all those things were great fun. But we've also done some things that were on a little more serious level. There are events and causes in Austin that we, as part of the community, participate in. How about you, Don? Do you have some other things you remember?
Well, the dinners I thought were real special. I enjoyed those a lot. That was great. I also see the group doing a lot of things that are more in the educational realm, and this is one of them. This is a direction that the group has decided to make that we feel is important. We want our viewpoint to be validated. We want our public officials and our fellow citizens to have an idea where we're coming from. We want to not be, for example, we don't want to be forced to participate in religious rituals. Sometimes religious people have a hard time understanding why we don't feel that way. We want to educate folks. We're not trying we're not trying to convert anybody. We do not want to participate in religious rituals. We don't want to be forced to do that. And that includes prayer in the city council, or I have a 7-year-old daughter. I don't want her forced to participate in prayer in school or go stand in the hall. I think that's pretty important.
Now, where do atheists get their morals? A lot of people feel that you have to have a religion or something of a religion to have any morals or any ideas about what's right and wrong. Tell us briefly, where do atheists get their morals if they have no religion or God?
Well, that's being studied by a lot of cultural anthropologists these days, and I can give you one interpretation, and that is that that man becomes a moral animal, and that's taken from the book The Moral Animal, through experience of sharing.
If I can just jump in, I
you
feel
heard
like
what I said earlier. I'm losing it. I'm sorry.
I feel like people develop their morals, or in general, people develop their morals from their parents. The early influences of parents, it just can't be denied. In my family, my mom's grandfather was an atheist, and her mother was raised in an atheist home. And in my mom's home, as she grew up as a little girl, it was a strict home where religion was not discussed, but people had very high, what you would call moral standards. They didn't think people should drink. They didn't think people should smoke. They didn't think people should swear. At that time, they didn't even think people should get divorced. And they were incredibly honest. These are people you could play dice with over the phone. And religion didn't play a part of it. It was just that was what they felt and what they passed on to their children. I think atheists are as moral or more so than anybody out there. And an atheist out in our community now should be aware that their rights are being threatened. The atheist or secular point of view is perceived as a threat by a lot of people out there in society. If they want to work against that kind of thing, if they don't want to have to participate in religious rituals against their will, if they don't want to see their children forced to pray in school, if they don't want to see their tax dollars used to support religious institutions, then I think they would like to be involved in a group that feels the same way. We can band together and make headway.
There are estimates that at least 10% of the population are non-believers, and that's probably a very low estimate. So that means that there are at least 26 million Americans who are non-believers. So this is our country too.
It is our country too, and it's very tiresome to hear our religious counterparts pretend that we don't exist.
We're here today, and obviously we do exist. That's one thing I'd like to do now that I have this opportunity, is I would like to proudly and publicly proclaim that I am an atheist, and that I am happy this way. I live a clean and respectable, decent, upstanding life. I pay taxes, I work full-time. I'm a father of two, I'm college educated, and I did spend some time in the U.S. military. So if there are any religious out there who feel that atheists are incapable of being ethical, moral, upstanding, clean, respectable Americans, patriots, then I'm living proof they're wrong. Also, I have two others here who are just like me in that respect, that they're atheists and still respectable citizens and patriots. Would you like to add to that at all?
I would. The lady sitting next to me here works with the mentally ill. That's a very difficult occupation, and she does it with a smile on her face. I think that's just wonderful, and I'm proud to know you, Sue, and I'm proud that you're an atheist, a fellow atheist.
Thanks, Don. You know, I feel the same way.
When we do get together, we always welcome anyone who would like to join us. And was there much else to say?
Join us for our future programs. We're
Thank you
going to
very
have
much.
a weekly spot, and hope to bring you some more information. Bye.
My name's Joe Zemecki, Sue, and Don. We thank you very much.
All right.
Have a good day.
Thank you.